right. So, Kiryu is probably one of the most interesting characters. He very much sets the tone for how different the style of this game is. Like, if you were to look at the original, if you were to look at Yakuza 7 and kind of look at how all those characters play, they all have their different variances. They all have stuff that's interesting about them. But Kiryu is probably the best example of kind of saying that this game is going to not be as traditional an RPG as you might expect. And we'll see that in just a moment here. Before we do, another thing you might have noticed when you looked on here is that the fog of war over the map is complete when it wasn't before. The only places that are lit up here are the things that we can kind of see from places we were in the story. For example, we were here in the story, we were here in the story, and now we're located here in the story. I think that all of these stores are lit up because I visited them before in the actual main game, but there are some key locations that aren't lit up and won't be lit up when I try to encounter them until we reach the story period where they are more relevant. So pick up some crafting materials here. And then also these magazines can be useful. These give your characters a free small boost in XP. But again, it's like 50. So it's not really going to be useful as we reach this particular point. Where we pretty much have everything, you know? But let's make our way over to the Revolve Bar. Where, as you can see, I don't know. Things are not super great. Hey, the hell do you want? All we want is a drink. Mind stepping aside? Thirsty, huh? Guess you're gonna need to pay the cover charge. Wow, I thought these assholes were only in Japan. Shows you how much I've traveled. The thing about scum is, they grow in the ugliest parts of just about everywhere. Huh? You two could talk shit all you want, but if you ain't paying, you better start praying! Your face pisses me off. So Kiryu does not have any weapons, but he has the style switching from Yakuza 0. Each of the games have unique things that are connected to them. Specifically the ability to attack people and battle them as needed. The rush style which gives you 2 turns. And then the beast style allows you to break grabs and throw your enemies. Now, something of note here is that all of those attacks that I'm doing are slightly different than they would look when you first start the game. I'll explain that a little bit more later on, but let's just say that I have leveled up Kiryu in ways that are pretty notable, and as a matter of fact, make it so that if you, let's just say, you never want to switch Kiryu off of the Dragon of Dojima job. Just keep him on that for as long as you possibly can. The only reason you'd want to swap it is, oh, hold up. The only reason that you'd want to swap it is to give him maybe some specific abilities. Maybe something like a healing skill from another job or something like that. But for the most part, there's not really any reason to move him off of that the Dragon of Dojima job. Especially as you move further through the game.
What?
I'm a little disappointed that I'm not going to be able to see the thing that I talked about that I was kind of alluding to before. Which is to say that all of your jobs, all of your styles for that job change as you play through the game.
Huh?
Oh, hey. A souvenir shop, though. You sure they'll have what we need? Yeah. You can't underestimate souvenir shops these days. They sell a pretty wide variety, and even the cheaper stuff's good quality. Could give us an edge. You could probably get something pretty nice with that toll you got from those punks. Oh yeah? Well, it never hurts to be prepared. Let's mosey on over and... yeah. So again...
Aloha.
We don't... we're not really going to benefit from any of this stuff. But what we can do as well is we can outfit Kiryu with all the stuff that we can outfit him with here. So Kiryu took a lot of hits in that fight because they are kind of specifically focused on him. But we're good. No big deal. Oh, hey! This is a guy who is a face we would recognize. I will say it's really funny that both 7 and 8 thought, hey, what if we took a character that is explicitly killed in the Yakuza franchise? Like, has been killed more than any character has ever been killed before, and then bring them back, like, just in the most bizarre ways possible. This is Andre Richardson, who was a guy who in Yakuza 3 was an American CIA agent. But hey, we do have the option here, actually, to go ahead and do a little bit of karaoke. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna sing. Let's get it going. Some Hell Stew. 666 in Hawaii. That's pretty sick. Oh, whoops. Kasuga! That was almost timed right, but... He doesn't move around as much as some of the other characters do when they're doing the karaoke, unfortunately. Also, when your character is singing, you can't increase the difficulty of the things. This is plenty difficult, though. Friend cameo for my friends. Big ass smiles. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Yakuza 7 actually made that fit into its own style, the Devil Rocker. Well, it's fine. I did really like the Devil Rocker, though, as a style. It had a few fun things, mostly the ability to be a vampire. But some of those skills have been sucked into other jobs. So it's not as much of a concern to have to use all that stuff as it may have been in the past. But yeah, so even though we haven't actually technically accessed the ability to be up here and use all this stuff, we can go up here for a little heal. We would have healed anyway after the following couple of cutscenes, but worth kind of noting there's stuff up there. Alright. Let's drink together. I can do some more karaoke later. I'm aiming to get to the next day, so that we can see what we're about to say. Oh, I guess I was talking about this a little bit before, but I'm like, yeah, like, it's clear that Ichi is, like, the clear, like, junior of Kiryu. But you can also tell that there's, like, a respect between them. Like, Ichi's the one who's definitely pushing that seniority stuff. Well, Kiryu is like, okay, it's nice that you respect me at the very least, but, you know, I'm glad that we at least kind of have, like, you know, we have an understanding, basically. Like, you can respect me, you can deify me if you want, but at the same time, I'm more interested in kind of just us being able to collaborate and hang out and be cool, you know? And sometimes that's what it's all about. So unless I miss my guess, the actual party chats are still accessible. You still have to go through them like you do before in order to get the proper leveling. But I have everyone up to 100, so I won't need to do any... there aren't any caveats for me being able to do the friendship stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I might do a straight shot of that. I might not. We'll see. So this is a good spot. I mean, I'm sure that you saw that there are crates up there. There's healing stuff up there. Good stuff for me to be able to put stuff down. Or a box as well for me to be able to store stuff as well. A little thumbs up. So yeah, this is basically our new home base now. Spend time with friends, chat with the bartender, reminisce on good old times, or let the music flow through you. So you can give characters gifts, and that will that's something that's actually different in this game, because in the previous game, the only way to level up your friendship with characters was to either do table talk slash walk and talks, or to just win fights. But in here, it's like, oh, if you collect a bunch of gifts and just keep giving them to a person, or if you're at a point where you're almost ready to kind of do a kind of hangout with your friend, and you just need that little bit of extra to bring them to the threshold where that next bit will upgrade, you can just give them a couple of gifts and that'll bring them there. There's also the ability to order food and drinks from here, which is required for filling out your kind of 100% food stuff. And then there's also the ability to craft healing items, which in the previous game they had crafting as well. But the crafting was mainly for medicines. And it was a lot harder to do because the crafting in the previous game required you to grow things in real time. You need to grow mushrooms, flowers, carrots, and it all took real time for you to be able to get it. Here, the only things you need to find are just fruit and herbs, and fish, and that's all you need to do to be able to get through that stuff. They had Reminisce, which is just kind of you can follow up on, you can just kind of reread old conversations and re-listen to old table talks. And then there's also the jukebox, which is another place where you can, change your CDs or listen to podcast episodes, whatever you would like, basically. Oh, hey. Nancy's actually been here the whole time. No need to worry. It's more than welcome here. I had some selfish recipes in mind, in fact. The music cutting out! And this one's looking nice and fat. Hiss? Nancy's part of the team. She's not for cooking. Is that so? What a pity. Well, I'll leave her be if you say so. Consider Revolve open to her as well. I appreciate it. Just be sure to keep an eye on her. If she wanders into a hot buttered frying pan while I'm cooking, I can't be held accountable. Yeah, she'll be careful. Aloha. Cheerful woman? Who is this? Oh! Is that VTubing sensation K-Sun? Man, people sure are friendly around here. Really brightens your day. Super helpful. Welcome to Hawaii, MFer. Aloha. Aloha. So, I mentioned this in the previous episode, but in The Man Who Erased His Name, a bunch of they had the hostess contest that they usually do. And they had a bunch of women win that contest and get to be live action hostesses in the game itself. But then K-Sun here won the top prize to also be put in the game more. Oh, hey. Utterly serious woman. She did actually do a stream of this game, and she explained that they gave her a script here to basically do this, and she apparently talked much faster than they intended for her to, and she said much more than she was intended to as well. Which I really love, honestly. Hey, Kay. So it's kind of just, it's very funny that they were able to kind of get someone with so much passion to win that contest, because for those who may not be aware, Kay-sun used to be a VTuber called Kiryu Coco, which, as you can probably tell from the name Kiryu Coco, she's very big into Cocoa Puffs. Sorry. She's very big into the Yakuza franchise. Very big into Kiryu, especially. And she is, literally, her old VTubing thing was based off of that. Her current VTubing thing is based off of, like, delinquents and stuff. So it's like, yeah, like, literally, this is one of the biggest Yakuza fans out there. So much so that she has a viral clip of her reacting to Kiryu's arrival in Yakuza 7 under the Kiryu Coco name. So she just, I mean, she's the perfect ambassador for this. And it's, it's nice. Very funny. Absolutely the way that she talks when she VTubes in English, by the way. Motherfuckers is very big in her statements. Her being from Georgia is a thing from her VTubing stuff as well. I know that she lived in America. I actually don't know that. Sorry. I know that she speaks English pretty fluently, though. And I feel like it's because she lived in America for a time. But anyway, enough VTubing talk. This is a new little system that's in here. Aloha links. You can wave at characters as you're walking by. They'll wave back, and their meter will increase. You have a nice little cell phone app to kind of indicate who are your friends. But as you make your way through and do this, this is your main way of increasing your personality in the game. Unlike in the previous game, where your personality was mostly increased by doing the quizzes or by doing personality challenges. So it's a good way of streamlining. Like, there's a lot of, like, I just mentioned the stuff with the friends as well. But there's a lot of streamlining of some of the more challenging systems that were introduced in the previous game, and additional stuff that helps you challenge that stuff too, where it's like, yeah, we gotta make it easier for people to do the stuff that actually benefits them. The personality challenges in the way of powering up your hero class. And then also the buddy stuff, powering up your character a little bit more too. Powering up your interactions with characters in a number of different ways too. Bronze member, yeah! That is like... You need to take a better picture, bartender. So waving at characters is not the only way to power up your friendships with them. Certain characters that are store-based will have their own like ways that you need to partner up with them. That's another funny line too. But yeah, like, you can be friends with store owners, and they will basically, their stuff will increase. But their friendships will only increase when you buy stuff from them. There are certain characters that you need to save from enemies on the street, and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of variety to it. It's not just waving at people on the street, which I find to be really nice.
またお店に遊びに来てね。桐生さんも連れて。おう、もちろんだ。See you.
You can tell that they had fun with the scripting for that. Like whoever whoever localized this is clearly someone who's a fan of the VTubing. So like they didn't have to go that hard, but you know, they absolutely did. Anyway, Kiryu, you could have like hung out with her too. You two know each other after all. I guess technically. Because the hostess in the other game is called Kay as well. Alright, so let's get over to Kiryu's hotel. And let's get a car. But before we do that, actually, I think it would be beneficial for me to prepare some stuff here. Alright. Oh, fruit cup. So there are 2 additional places that you can go to prepare them in Hawaii. But as far as being able to use it here, so as you can see, here's your kind of prepared items. Each of these are really beneficial for your party as well as yourself for various different things. And honestly, before this is something where, in conjunction with the energy drinks that are popular in Yakuza games, you want to try and make sure that you're picking these up as much as possible as you start the game. Because there's not a ton of food items that are going to give you 400 immediately, and especially are not going to give you 400 for the entire party immediately, or 800 for the entire party, as you can see here. The requirements are, of course, fruits that you can find, and also herbs you can find, and also fish that you can find, and other items such as seaweed. All these can be found just by running around in general. The herbs can be found by going through shrubbery. So anything green that you see, when you see a sparkle in it, it will generally give you one of the 3 herbs, which you can then turn in to be able to kind of do what you need to do. The fruits are usually gotten through the palm trees that you can find across Hawaii, mostly near the beach. So you can kind of go over there to farm them, but watch out. There is an additional thing that's in there. There's an enemy that's actually in the trees as well that will jump you. And then the fish and various seaweeds can be found by swimming in the ocean. These are probably, in my opinion, like the hardest things to track down, because in addition to that, there's also, you know, the pink books and other things that are, you know, less useful to you in this particular situation. But if you want to go all the way down here, then you get to the paella. So you have your fruit cups, which are HP for the entire party. You have your teas, which are 100 MP plus removing all status effects for certain groups of people. You have your seafood soup, which increases health and MP, plus a variation for the entire party. And the paella, which increases health and MP for the entire party, but in a much higher capacity. As you might expect, some of these items are a little bit rarer to find. The supreme herbs for one thing, the watermelons for one thing. So you want to be careful with how many of these things that you make. But they are useful, and especially early on in the game, you're probably going to want to try and farm those rather than going and buying food from... Like, honestly, buying food from like storefronts is pretty much useless in this game, because the amount of health that you get back from it is not worth the turns that's going to take. It'd be better to just learn healing skills or to get some bonuses in other ways. So we're going to make our way back through this back path, because I feel like there's something that I can mention back here too. Oh, yes, there is. Hello. What brings you such a shady spot? Looking for a honk, big boy? It's only $100. A honko for a hundo. That's the deal. Let's get honked. Now, remember, falling in love with a woman is, you know, you can't fall in love with anyone like, you know, Chitose or anything, or get in with her. But getting a honk, that's perfectly fine. That's great, actually. What's a honk? I don't know. I'm assuming it's more heavy petting. I have said heavy petting in the past 2 weeks more than I think I have ever said it in my life, but we move, I guess. Alright, so some more of these herbs. Oh, underrated thing that I haven't pointed out is that all of the enemies speak English as well in these regions. So anyway. So Kiryu, all of his standard attacks are boosted in certain ways. The biggest way that this is explored in is usually by a button press in the middle of the combo. Like to, and that generally boosts the damage that you give it. Y, you press Y for the brawler style at the end of the combo to do it. You press Y in the middle of the throw to do it with this. And then you rapid fire press square to deal additional damage with it. So Kiryu is a pretty sick tank, honestly. He's you know, Adachi is kind of more the pure tank of your teams, honestly. But if you're looking for some, but like as far as like a tank that is like that like serves multiple different purposes depending on what you need them for, like Kiryu is the type of character where you don't have multiple people on your team, so you get the benefit of being able to go, oh, here's a character that can fulfill any physical role that I need them to fulfill. I need someone to take a lot of hits. Good. I need someone to damage people, like, relentlessly. Good. I need someone to, like, if you need someone to do anything that is, like, physical, he can do it. But anyway, time for our first non-story side mission here. This is such a nice park. Why he's full... Oh, hang on. Machiko-san.
Hi. Machiko-san no Chiaki.
Hi. マッチングアプリの山岡さんですよね。
いや、違うけど。
え？でももじゃもじゃした頭でひげが生えてて、ここで待ち合わせって。
That's what we call a coincidence.
僕です。
あなたが山岡さん？すみません、人違いでした。
あ、いえいえ、会えてよかったです。
Yeah, it's okay.
はじめまして、山岡さん。思ったよりも。
I'm not even gonna lie. If I saw that guy if I saw Ichi and then I saw this guy, I would be like, no, I'm mad. What is this, like Bumble? Like, did they just not see anyone's pic? Did she just not see his picture? Well, all right. Internet dating is weird. Oh. Hello.
人を見てわーはないだろ。あんた失礼だね。
すみません。あなたがマチコさ
ん？いかにも。私が伝説のハワイの占い師マチコでございますよ。
そうか。俺はカスが一番だ。
That's quite a way to introduce yourself, lady. Damn.
なんだい?
Also, I love her design so much. The heart-shaped hair, the heart eyeglasses, the heart part 6, the hearts on her bandana. Genuinely funny character. Hokum. Well, at least she admitted it was a scam. Damn. All right. I love that app icon, honestly. I feel like they should put that out there somewhere, like HD. Machiko is spelled differently than it's spelled normally, so I don't know. I feel like Machiko Co-san is meant to be like some kind of pun or something. I don't know. But it makes sense to localize that, I guess. They don't really have a lot of honorifics. Well, okay, they have an honorific here, but you know, it's more because it's kind of required, I think. But they don't have a lot of honorifics where they don't need them, I guess, technically. For when characters are referring to each other, that's one thing, but for like something like this, I'm guessing that they thought, nah, we don't really need it. So this is what I was talking about before, where it's like Ichi could do with some dating experience, man. And honestly, online dating app, doing Tinder / doing Bumble is like enough to kind of teach you what you need to do in a dating experience so that you don't have to be on Tinder or Bumble ever again. Like, I'm here to tell you this. Oh, she's kind of cute, actually. That's. I will say that the women in Hawaii have like good character models pretty universally. There are some that look bad, but like they're more of the men look bad, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just because their body type. I don't know. But yeah, like literally having been on Tinder, having done all that type of stuff, like you get sick of it after a point, but it can be good to like know how to communicate with people and know how to kind of keep up like your discussions with them, you know? Like a lot of people, they kind of just settle for being like, I'm only going to want to interact with a specific type of person. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to, you know, do all this stuff. Like I'm just in this to get married and get off this app, like, period. And like there's a time period to kind of not want to use those apps, but I feel like you can credit a good period of time of experience with doing, you know, a Tinder or a Bumble or something so that you've gained the proper experience to kind of say, nah, I'm not really in this anymore. Even if you are one of those types of people where it's like, okay, I'm not doing Tinder, but I'm also not dating someone based off of like meeting them directly in real life or something, it still is useful to kind of know how to talk to people. So that's my romantic advice for the Mismatch app. Use apps to at least have nice conversations, to at least get a perspective of how people approach stuff in relationships or how people kind of want to do stuff. If you do end up, netting a fish, as it were, in quotes, then that's good for you, and that can turn out to be really nice. But if nothing else, there's too many people who their whole thought process in shooting their shot is just saying, damn, you shit with that ass or something like that, or, I'm I'm slobbering, like a R word opening line as well. And you know what? It's better to just learn, hey, I can talk to people like normal people and maybe, have a nice conversation or two with them. Maybe the conversation falls off or maybe someone ghosts somebody or something like that, but you've at least learned how to talk to people like a normal person. And you should, in fact, learn how to talk to somebody like a normal person. Bullpucky! That's a weird analogy, dude. I don't understand that. Oh. I guess it's just like the food, like confirming that people like the food or whatever. I don't know. These analogies are way beyond me, personally. But no, Ichi. Falling in love with somebody and then not being like, literally. I will say that there's an awful lot of side missions in this game that straight up are like, yeah, Ichi, you're a loser. Like, you're a loser and Psycho doesn't want to be with you for a reason. It's kind of the way that it is. Damn. Download her app with the cool icon and the glasses. But yeah, like she's saying here, it's important to experience the highs and lows of dating. Yeah. You have to have good experiences and you have to have bad experiences to know what experiences are worthwhile for you, you know? Especially if you're like not in a committed relationship and you're not like moving towards a committed relationship, it will actually do you so much good to meet when you eventually meet somebody that you are interested in, to have like the mental maturity to be able to meet them where they're at. Ichi does not have the mental maturity to meet Psycho where she's at. So maybe we should have some absurd dates on the Machiko-san app here. I've never seen that pointing animation before in my life. That's not a new animation, but I've never seen it before in my life.
まあお試しくらいなら。
よーし、じゃあ行こう。私の事務所にレッツラゴー。
Also, Kiryu is just like, he's just gone now. He's like, I don't care. This is your office? Isn't it just a cafe? No more back talk. If I say it's my office, then it is. Women don't want a man poking holes in every detail. This place is nice. I can get a day's work of electricity for the price of a single coffee. Ha! Find me a better deal. Hell, sometimes I stay here for 2 or 3 days at a time just sipping on one cup. Now that's a bargain. They would throw you out. Trust me. Doesn't sound like good etiquette, but yeah, it's a bargain, all right. Now, let's give it a whirl. I need data for developmental purposes, so we'll be using this. Ready to begin? Yeah, fine. Okay, let's do this. Excellent. It all starts here. Cast your net into a fish of pond of romance and see what you surface. Hee hee. Mismatch. It's crazy that they have the new logo there, but they don't, the English logo there, but they don't have it for the actual cutscene. Anyway, you can match once for free. So, this is a pretty interesting side mission and process. But I can kind of upgrade myself a little bit. But so the idea here is that you want to try and position yourself with a specific person. So you craft a profile, you generate a bunch of stuff as a result, and then you're able to have a conversation with them. So you get... There are only these 6 women that you can match up with. But of the 6 women, depending on your, what do you call it? Your profile, you will have certain kind of compatibilities with them. If you miss on the first opportunity, then you can then try again to be able to build them up. But once again, I'm not doing this as a serious thing. Let's talk to Kano here. So again, the goal is to lie, but the goal is also to remember what you put as your info. So don't lie too much, but kind of go with the flow, basically. This is not real dating advice, by the way. Like, don't ever do this to a person that you're trying to date. Poke, it's Kano, hi. Our match rating's okay. It's fine since I'm only okay. Wow. Girl, we gotta work on that self-esteem. I suck at talking to people. I hope it's not a problem. It usually is. She seems pretty introverted. Yeah, pretty introverted. So then you pick... So next you pick a response. And after you've picked a response, you then have to do button combos to fill it out. So this is where the lying comes in. You kind of have to meet the girl where they're at. Kismet. Yeah, Ichi saying this is kind of hilarious. But as you can see, I think... Oh, wait, no. Oh, it's okay. It's a mature rated game. It's fine. You seem like a decent guy, Kasugachi. Oh, yeah, I got a picture of the back of this real woman's head. Hot pic! Whoa, thank you so much. I wonder if she'll send more. So as you might expect, these are all real women that we're getting pictures of. What did I say my job was again? So they won't show you. You have to remember.
これにしよう。なん
And if you lie, then they'll call you out for it. And you may lose the opportunity to talk to them more. But if you do answer, there's a chance that it might not be the job that they find as interesting as possible. So you want to try and set jobs that are things that the girl that you're talking to might find most interesting. But at the same time, you also have to remember what you set. See, she was definitely into... Pick a topic she'll enjoy.
なんて返そうか。
Now, this is another thing here, too. You have to be careful because you have to remember what you personally set.
いいぞ。
You can't just go with the option that she wants most. But yeah, so if you lie, you won't get points. So... She hates bullies. And she wants them dead. Lost judgment pro tag here.
そうだな。
Yeah, you sound like a psycho. I totally understand where you're coming from. I hope every one of those human lice gets theirs.
やったぜ。
You only have a certain amount of X's that you can fail while you're typing.
嬉しい。
Literally, we've started Lost Judgment now.
ありがとう。
喜んでもらえたみたいだ。
So yeah, nice. We actually have... Oh, her special gift, is it?
どうぞ。
Oh my god, it's feet! Hot pick! Okay, then. Oh, he's typing crazy.
これはなかなか。
He literally like what? Like I don't know what you call it. Smash the keyboard. Keyboard smash, yeah. I've been inside a long time, you know. I don't like leaving my home, but I should go out a little bit. I just don't have any reason. Let's see. How do you respond to that?
そうだな。
I don't know. Square seems like it's a little too strong,
これだ。
so I'll go for that.
いいぞ。
嬉しい。
Oh. Well, maybe the dragging thing was what she was looking for. So if you're able to reach the heart at the very top, then you do get to the ability to use an emoji. The emoji, unfortunately, is a scroller. So there's a chance that you could screw up your bonus. And, you know, end up reverting your points. But once you finish the stamping, or
あり
emoji,
がとう。
you're then given one last thing to do. And I want to I can't stress enough, don't do this when you're dating. But you can just now
全力であった。
type whatever. You just gotta say whatever it takes to get that date.
そうだな。
Say as much as possible before the thing is done. And you get bonuses every single time you successfully complete a line.
いいぞ。やったぜ。
So that's your big way of being able to fill out all of your meter. And if you succeed, yeah. Who said Ichi wasn't a romantic? If Ichi tried these tactics on Psycho, she'd probably kill him, I think. She would probably murder him super hard. But as you'd expect from this type of game, it's well, it's a catfish. It's a catfish. I will just say, for anybody who is interested in playing through this side mission, every single one of the matches is a catfish. But you do need to clear all of them in order to complete the side mission that's connected to this complete the submission that's connected to this mini game. So feel free to see what more extremely funny things will be seen when you get the catfishes. This isn't my least favorite of the side missions, but it's one that took me a lot more time. I think that by the end I did need to use a guide to configure it properly. Is what it is, though. No big deal. The classic sad music for every side mission in Yakuza. I love that they reuse tunes as well. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah. I swear I said all of this in the last episode because I completely forgot that was how this went, but we move regardless. So, microtransactions. This man was in prison for 10 years. Exposing him to microtransactions is like elder abuse. I gotta be honest with you. Like, why would you do this to him? Like, that's a sick thing to do to somebody. A sick woman with sick thoughts.
最近多いだろ。大して課金もしないくせに運営がミスしたらやれクソゲーだ、やれわび石よこせだ。本当にけしからんよ。
Apologems. I've never heard that term before.
あんたは何を言ってるんだ。
ああ、こっちの話気にしないでくださいな。とにかくこれからも頑張ってマッチングするように。愛する女を振り向かせたいんだろ。ここハワイで男を磨いてその女子に再アタックだよ。
I tried to get a clip just now of the stupid bit with the dating, and the Twitch clips decided to glitch out on me and I lost it. I'm angry now. Yeah, exactly. So literally everything that I said before about dating, she gave the little thumbs up. It's just she was seated when she did it. Anyway, Kiryu's like, yeah, dude. Alright. Can we go to the hotel now? The answer is no, we can't go to the hotel because there's plenty more side missions to do while we're around here. I think I'll do... There's one more that I wanted to do that I think is pretty notable. I just want to guarantee that it's within my ability to access here. Boy. So yeah, any of these things you can smash. Generally, the fruits that come out of it are like of the same quality or of the same what do you call it? I guess fruit, I suppose. And obviously it's rarity, you know. Coconuts are the most normal thing to fall out of a coconut tree. What? Cars are just not running me over. I wonder why that is. Hold up. I think it's over here. We'll do more side missions as we get deeper into the game, obviously. But for now... Ah, that's not it. I think I have to wait until later to get access to that one, actually. Well, in that case, for now, let's make our way over. As I was in the middle of saying, I'll do side missions throughout this as I go. The main thing that I want to avoid is kind of making, like, you know, going too long in any particular episode here. So, oh, hello. We'll make sure that we have it covered for the most part, you know. But anyway, segues. I'm a little shocked that this is a part of this game, honestly. They obviously kind of play it up here and kind of discuss, like, hey guys, like, segues are not, they're not cool anymore type of stuff. But, like, I wonder if it was just Yokoyama was, like, obsessed with... He was just obsessed with them when he went over to America and was like, oh, let's go. I will say, though, this is a very useful thing to have on hand. Wow, dude, you got messed up, huh?
オカサーファーとかいうのは一体何なんだ。え？オカサーファーを知らないんですか？ということは炎上事件のことも知らない？炎上
I wouldn't say blowing up, dude.
いいんです。知らないならそれで。私、オカサーファーの開発者のオカと申します。ああ、俺は春日一番だ。 春日さんですね。この度は私の話を聞いてくださってありがとう。
Oka surfer, he says, but it's called a street surfer. What does Oka mean?
私オカが20年の月日をかけて開発した電動移動マシン。
I always love when NPCs are clearly not supposed to be in the thing, and they like immediately start running in the other direction.
はい。これは昨今流行りの電動キックボードや電動自転
So
車。
Oka means hill, height, knoll, or rising ground. So, I don't know. Hill surfer, I guess? I guess that makes sense, because, like, you could use this to, like, climb and stuff, but I don't know. It's a bit up in the air.
でもなんでそんなマシンがこんなに見向きもされねえんだい？実は以前
Bit of a trickier prospect. They were literally blowing up.
さっき言った炎上事件ってやつですね。ちょっとばかり炎上しちゃいまして。炎上。はあ。俺あんまりそういうの詳しくないんだが、もしかしてネットで変なこと書いちゃったとかそういうやつか？ああ、いや、ネットも当然炎上しまくったんですが、実際にも炎上しまくっちゃったんですよ。
It actually exploded.
そのちょっとばかり不具合がありまして、ちょっとばかり走ると爆発しちゃったりして。マジの炎上じゃねえか。いやはやお恥ずかしい。でもですね、それは
Oh yeah, of course, all the major side mission characters speak Japanese, whether they are Japanese or not. I think that is actually a little bit of a stroke of genius, because we are in Little Tokyo, and there's both a lot of immigrants here, and because it's an immigrant-heavy population, a good portion of people will speak Japanese to kind of communicate with them. So it's not really a big problem, honestly, for me personally.
一度ついた悪いイメージは拭えず、結果的に誰も乗ってくれないんですよ。今のオカサーファーには絶対の自信があるのに、一度乗ってもらえば良さがわかると思う。
Pigeon Family Mart.
なるほどな。そういう事情だったのか。まあその傷を見れば、あんたが体張って頑張ってきたって熱意は伝わってくるよ。それでもしお時間があれば試乗してみません？ここまで話を聞いてくれたのは春日さんが初めてです。絶対満足してもらえると思うのでね。本当にもう爆発しねえんだよな。はい、この傷に誓って。
All right, so the good thing about this here is that this game has a number of different traversal tactics. Obviously, there's running around like normal, but there's also taxis. There's the trolleys that we mentioned before. And then finally, there's the ability to ride on one of these. My gear's a little bit configured here. And my battery's a little bit larger than it should be at this point. But this is all New Game Plus stuff. You can customize the Street Surfers pretty well. They have, I want to say like 9, maybe like... I want to say maybe like 13 options, 12 options of things to customize for wheels and also for colors. And all those things are things that you can find and buy or unlock through various side missions or just through stores. So it's perfectly customizable. The main thing about it is it allows you to take the scenic route without having to run everywhere, or without having to get in a taxi and skip the potential of being able to run into fights while you're going, or bump into, you know, specific collectibles as you're going as well. Because the areas are so massive that there's a lot of things that you might want to check out as you're making your way through. So it's really nice to have one of those things, for Hawaii especially, but you can use it in every region if you want, which becomes kind of funny. Alright. This should be over quick, honestly. Oh, balls. You'll always know that a side mission is complete or moving into its completion phase when you hear voice acting. That's just a old Yakuza tip.
何度か蹴られちゃいましたが、多分大丈夫だと思います。でも念のため、これは私が持ち帰ります。もし今ので壊れていて、また炎上でもしたら、今度こそおしまいですからね。そうだな。それで、さっき会員登録してもいいとおっしゃってましたけど、あれは本当でしょうか？なあ、気に入ったし、今なら登録料無料なんだろ？困ってるみてえだし、登録するよ。
I wonder why, I mean, I guess again, it's the Machiko-san thing over again, but like, Oka Street Surfer is kind of what it's indicated as here. But, you know, I guess it's like, calling it an Oka Surfer when we meet this guy only one time is like, I guess they kind of thought, it's not really necessary, is it? Like... 充電はハワイに数カ所設置されているオカチャージャーにて行っていただけます。充電には料金がかかってしまいますが、まとめてたくさん充電した方がお得になっています。オカチャージャーでは充電の他にも見た目や機能のカスタマイズもできるのでご活用ください。So yeah, you can customize it and charge it in any of those locations there. And like I said before, I mean, even though there are quicker ways to get places, this is the way that allows you to like keep your eyes open for any of the resources or enemies or various things that you want to see as you go. So they also have an auto run mode as well. So just in case you're in the mindset of being like, I don't really want to, you know, do anything. Oh no. But in case you are thinking to yourself like, oh, I want to go somewhere, but I don't want to hold the control stick down the entire time, or also like I want to like get up and grab some water or something, you can, any area that you click on your map as like a waypoint, if you press L2 while you're on the Street Surfer, you can then just zip off in that direction. with no problems whatsoever. Oh, I had a full charge already. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So yeah, 12 for each option. In body, and then 9 for wheels. My fault. And then charging it is only 180, which is light work for me right now, honestly. But that's one that you want to try and do pretty quick, because this is a resource that's going to benefit you a ton as you make your way through.